Hello everyone, I'm Gemma Beall and welcome to Attaining the Second Cognition. In our latest videos we keep talking about remembering, and Endel has gone through and explained in several videos about what remembering is. I would like to share my perspectives with some of the inner contemplation I've done about memories and remembering where Soika matters are concerned. But first, I will need to talk about remembering as a human and digress into some things about the body. You've heard me disclose that the body is a computer. I know others have said this as well, but the body is much more than that. For a long time, I hated my body. Not just my body in general, but the human form, because to me it felt like a prison cell. I felt like it was a prison cell because I have memories of my Soika without a form and my Soika in other forms that are not limited in the way this 3D form is limited. Then my awareness expanded, and I realized that even though right now this form is limited, it is not a jail cell. It is in fact a tool. A Swiss Army knife kind of tool, so to speak. I spent a lot of years contemplating this from the perspective of a jail cell, and because the jail cell was my focus, not the actual body, it made me hypersensitive to things about the body and not just my energetic sensitivities. One of my focuses was memory, human memory. Now, I'm one of these people, when I was younger and operating from ego, I had the memory of a steel trap. I have memories long before the field of psychology says that children even have the capacity to store memories, but my memories were not embedded by stories I was told. Hell, I always thought I was older in the memories, but it was my mother who was actually shocked that I could remember this stuff because I was so young that gave me the age at the time I recalled these memories. I attributed my memory storage capabilities to being an empath, as the field of psychology theorizes that memories are tied to emotions, and this is one of the theories I agreed with because of my own internal studies. In studying myself, especially once I ditched the ego and gained emotional balance within myself, I began noticing something strange about memories. Not necessarily Soika memories, but my incarnational memories. Memories are not just calling up images in your mind. When we engage memories in our minds, it triggers feelings within the form. As something for you to do in your own contemplations, access memories that you've experienced throughout your life. Choose some good, choose some bad, and some that are neutral, and focus on the feel of how your body responds to these memories. Science theorizes that memories are stored in certain parts of the brain, but I would tell you, intuitively, that memories are stored within the body and only accessible by using the brain. Now that we've looked at this and how our bodies process memories, I want to talk about Soika memories, or more importantly, Soika remembering. But first I want to share some information. I have some experiences that I will more than likely not share publicly, but I've had enough of these experiences and Soika remembering that I'm confident when I say this, and that this is as close to a truth as you're going to get. The body is the recorder of the Soika experiences while operating the form. Upon death of the form, the body uploads the life experience memories to the Soika before it moves on. Because the upload appears to only be engaged upon expiration of the form, this means that our Soika memories are within the Soika, or external to the Soika. They are not contained within the form. When our Soika has its awareness attached to and focused through the form, those experiences feed through the form and we can access the memories in our walking awareness. However, Work that our Soika does while not connected to the form or connected to our walking awareness doesn't bleed into our awareness as an experience to record the information within the body's memory cells. I'm not going to elaborate on this because I want you to contemplate this information. Now, when it comes to Soika remembering, from my experience, this does not engage in emotions, nor does it engage the body, because the memories, the Soika memories, you are tapping into are not within the confines of the body's memory cells. So these Soika memories will come into your awareness with a 5x5 knowing, but may not have accompanying visuals like we have with our incarnational memories, and we don't experience the emotions that engage the form. This part I feel is important, and I will explain why. Although we don't have to worry much anymore about inorganic manipulation with our walking awareness, there are some programs that we may have had embedded within our cellular memories from incarnational experiences within the New Age. I will use myself as an example. I had an experience about 5 or 6 years ago where I was talking to someone and I had a flash of a memory from a lifetime we spent together in Egypt. I had already gone through my past life stage a long time ago, and this life recall never presented to me, and I dug pretty hard back then. I had a vivid recalls of this alleged life once the memories presented to me, and I felt such emotion, overwhelmingly so, including a reaction from my physical form. Even though I had this reaction, the memory didn't feel right to my Soika. When I tried to pursue the memory to get more information, the single shot memory was a flash and it appeared to be on a loop. No matter how I tried to get more information or visuals to extend the memory, it didn't go beyond the looping the same imagery, and I couldn't get any information out of it. This was a clue to me that the memory was in fact not a real Soika memory. It was something that had been implanted along the way and triggered when it did. From my experience, true Soika remembrances from our innate Soika sentient wisdom comes in as a full-blown knowing with lots of information, and I do mean full concepts that you can recall in an instant. When probing for more information about it, it doesn't engage the emotional centers, nor does it engage the physical form once it is tapped. This does not mean that once you process and assimilate the informations into your walking awareness, that you might not feel some emotions with it, but those emotional feelings are not the primary feeling, and the knowing is a secondary feeling. To use our work as an example, there was a lot of information that Endel shared with me when he and I first met that went way outside of my Earth human experience. He always told me to ask Crew if he was full of shit, and most of the time I didn't need to ask because I know what he was sharing was truth because I could feel it, even when I didn't necessarily understand it. One of the most common phrases I hear about our work is, "I know what you're saying is true, but I didn't know I knew it until I heard you say it." This is what we mean when we say remembering your innate Soika sentient wisdom. And this is what is happening for those people. They knew it, but they didn't know they knew it until they heard it spoken. I want to thank everyone for listening and considering this information. I want to say welcome to our new subscribers. I want to say a special thank you to our subscribers that have been generous enough to make donations through our website. We truly appreciate it. I'm Gemma Beall. Until next time, stay the course and don't give up on yourself.